Today I'm dehydrating onions for my Mirepoix. So I hate cutting onions. A lot. You know what I did today earlier when I had to cut the onions? That thing that went viral where you use your hoodie hood. I used the hoodie hood and I stuck a clear pot lid inside to make a spacesuit. Are you also planning to get a scuba set this summer so you don't have to cry anymore? Well, me too. However, what I've noticed is that doing 100 onions at once, not 100, 20, instead of periodically means less crying. So this is what I've started doing to be able to use all the onions I need, which is like every day, without having to suffer and cry every day. And you may be asking yourself, Kim, why don't you just put those onions in a food processor? It would be so quick and easy and there'd be no gas to invade your face. The answer, my friend, the answer is that onions produce a compound when they are too much gravely injured. And if you run an onion through a food processor and let it sit for 30 minutes, they become incredibly bitter. Completely inedible. Don't cut onions in a food processor and they will turn so bitter. Therefore, I must cut these 17 onions by hand. Just so I can fill up this silly little jar and then not have to do it for like another 6 months. You want to know something? This jar fits 16 onions. Yeah. 16 onions already cut and ready to go. You just give a little shaky shake into your pot. It's the best. The best. Making burgers? Throw some in there. Now you got onion burgers. You didn't have to cut any onions. This is my dehydrator. It was like $30 at Walmart. I use it for everything and it's been absolutely great. So I have just mandolined some onions and have laid them in here. Just did another 3 trays. And here's the ones I've been working on since yesterday. These have been going for like 15 hours. There's 7 onions in this tray. And here's 10 more. And this is definitely one of the best things I've learned since starting the homestead. Dehydrated onions are great. As you can see here, this is carrots, this is celery, and this one's onions, which is why it's empty, because it's a 2-to-1 ratio. These 3 jars are probably the thing that I use most in my kitchen. Whatever you want to make, put some Mirepoix in it. I have a video on my page that I did last year, all about Mirepoix, why it's wonderful, its history, what goes into it. Here I am again making, this is I think the 3rd jar of onions, so this year, say 40 onions. It's finally time. The onions are finished. We're finally finished. Here's our 16 onions. I'm just going to crush them up and refill my jar that I keep on the back of the stove. I dehydrate my onions a little bit high at about 130 degrees and they get almost like a little bit of a roasted flavor. Which means after I grind them up, it smells wonderful. Adding pieces that still have moisture will affect the crispiness and the storability of your onions. Alright, I think we're good to go. 16 onions in a 1-quart jar. This is powdered gold. I like leaving mine in a coarse grind because A, it's easier to dehydrate because it doesn't fall through my racks and I don't have any sheets. And B, you always have the option later to throw this in your food processor and turn it into a powder. But there it is, my finished 16 onions in a jar. So now we put this back here to join our celery and carrots. And we have a fully stocked dehydrated Mirepoix cabinet that should last me a good 3 to 6 months. So I know I definitely went on and on, but honestly, this is a subject close to my heart, and I really hope some of you can solve your gas face onion problems with these tips. Thanks for joining me. Peace out.